many people just do not understand why or how a person could possibly become addicted to drugs. They might even mistakenly, by the way, think that those who use drugs simply lack willpower and that they could stop using if they really wanted to. Candace Finan is an addiction services liaison with CenterPointe Hospital, and she joins us this morning to frankly have a very honest and open conversation. Nice to have you back. How are you?
Thank you.
So why do people use these substances in the first place? Let's start there.
Well, most people have no intention of causing themselves problems.
Right.
So, alcohol tastes good. Alcoholic beverages taste good with food. Other types of substances have some effect that people perceive as beneficial. So often people think that they are doing something beneficial or rewarding or helpful to themselves. That's the general motivator. I'm going to help myself. This makes me feel better.
Right.
I like that. I'm going to do that again.
And in the short term, I don't seem to be having any problems, any side effects.
No.
But then at some point it does become a problem and perhaps borders on abuse or addiction. What leads to that? What happens there?
Well, there's a wide continuum of substance using behaviors. So when it starts to become problematic, people have had too much exposure. Too much exposure, too frequently, too often. So exposure is the largest problem. Look at alcohol. People drink, when they like alcohol, they drink for a long time. A long time.
Right.
Other substance use starts whenever it starts in people's lifestyle and their growth cycle as a human being. It's a very human problem, and then there are motivators which kind of push that a little bit.
Right.
There are peer, social, family influences.
Sure.
Some families are more substance friendly than other people are. There are peer influences. There are physical things, pain, anxiety are real common. Little depression, something, I'm uncomfortable somewhere. They discover X, Y, or Z, whether prescription or not, makes me feel better.
Help with that, right?
That helps.
Makes me more social.
Helps me sleep.
Right.
That's a big one. And so it becomes sort of a part of people's way that I take care of myself. And they think that they're not going to have a problem. It's the other people that have the problem. I'm not going to have that problem.
But at some point it advances to the level of dependence. So give us some of the signs and symptoms of that.
Again, increased exposure over whatever period of time that it is. The earlier people start substance using, the more likely they are to have trouble. So people that start in adolescence are more likely to have issues with substance use later in life if they don't stop at some point fairly quickly. Increased tolerance, needing more to get the same effect.
Right.
Tolerance is not a skill. It's not a skill. It's a problem. Starting to have negative consequences from being under the influence and not really either having some denial about that or not recognizing that, having trouble with some withdrawal symptoms. I wake up and I don't feel so good. So what do people do? They go get some more what they just had because that makes me feel better, right?
Here's the good news. The folks at CenterPointe know exactly how to treat this, and obviously there's a wide spectrum, a wide range of possibilities, and they're going to custom tailor that to whatever the case might be. But we want you to reach out to them for more information. You can call the number we're going to put on your screen right there. It's 1-800-345-5407. 1-800-345-5407. Stick around, by the way, because after Great Day, we are going to continue this conversation on Great Day Extra Live, GDXL we call it. That should get underway on our Facebook page at about 10:15. And Kent, I'm glad that they're sticking around because this is something you could talk about for
absolutely
an
it's
hour.
Very interesting discussion you just had, but I have so many questions.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too. Thank you both.